You're a lawyer. That was a fair question. You can't get this sensitive about these things.
I'm not being sensitive, Robin. What I am is in an awkward position. You're my boss, and I slept with you. So this isn't sensitivity. This is being careful. I'm sorry. I tried to help you. But whatever you want to do next, you have to handle it on your own.
All right, Sistas fans. So let me put it, out there from the beginning. And I did a video on this too. I even said it on Twitter as well. Robin was stupid for running his mouth and giving Gary pretty much a heads up. Hey, I actually got the money, because that gave him plenty of time to, call the necessary people and now try to screw Robin over. Now, also, just throwing this out here, but I haven't watched the entire season yet. I've watched the first 5 episodes of the game season 2 on Paramount Plus, and I really like it. I really do like that series. It's just that I wasn't in a rush to do week-to-week reviews, because despite me loving the show, my episode reviews didn't do too well. So I might do them, pretty much when Sistas goes off in a couple of weeks. But just to let you know, there was a storyline there, where the Colonel is about to take Tasha Mack's agency, and one of the ways that she can actually pay off the money that is owed is by talking to Rick Fox and getting him to sign some sort of like reversal deal, because originally he had given his agency to Tasha to merge into her own, and there was some kind of clause where if he could reverse it or something by signing some paperwork, she would get money. It's something complicated. But regardless, the Colonel got to him first, offered him a better deal and 5% ownership of the football team. So pretty much he got betrayed. Same thing here. Gary called the loan shark and then offered him a better deal if he screwed over Robin. And I'm like, dang. So instead of just waiting, instead of just letting Gary talk his shit at the bar of the Steam Plant restaurant, you go ahead and shut him down. Andi warned you. He could be quite cunning. I don't think that was a good idea. And now you look dumbfounded when they're like, hey, you owe 300. Actually, even before they came up into his office saying that, oh, well, the partners raised it an additional 20%. So, you got to come up with $3 million more. He got to work. Andi came in to see him, and he's flustered because the loan shark called him saying that, yeah, Gary offered me a better deal. So, the interest, it's like a Fat Joe. Price went up. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Essentially saying that, hey, you can return the $14 million today, but it would still be 10% interest. Or you could, just pay back the money when you can, as we originally agreed, but the interest is up from where it was originally, which, if I remember correctly, was like 30%. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think Robin said, well, you gotta wire me the money, but it'll be 30% interest when I pay him back. So, damn. That's a lot. But basically, later in the episode, that's when Robin meets with Hayden and Gary. They try to rub it in his face about an extra $3 million. And he talks about a clause in the contract about how, yeah, I can come up with the money in a reasonable amount of time, as opposed to today, as you just randomly come in here and said it. So he then winds up saying that, fine, you want $3 million? I have it by 5 o'clock. How are you going to get it? Well, don't worry about it. I'll have it. So I'll talk to you then. Still don't know how he's going to get an additional $3 million. Because remember what I said in one of my videos? Like, it would be crazy if, let's say, Robin had to put up the $3 million for Sabrina's bail. Or that Sabrina's bail was so expensive that even when Andi put up everything she could, she was still lacking $3 million, so Robin would have handed it over. So imagine if, let's say, he handed over that money to help out Andi's friend, but now he's in the whole 3 million when he needs it the most in order to maintain ownership of the company, which in turn leads to the topic of this video, the fact that Andi has now decided that, hey, Robin, you're on your own, which I think is pretty fucked up. So basically, what are we looking at here? Robin just straightforwardly asked Andi, are you working with Gary against me? Because, you know, I'm just thinking like this doesn't feel right. You know, he comes in here with, you know, these contracts trying to screw me over. And then you hook me up with this loan shark who he gets in contact with. And they pretty much double team me, strong arming me for more money. It's either I have to use the money that the loan shark gave me in order to pay off my part of the partnership to maintain my hold in the company and owe him a crap ton of interest, or I give him back the 14 million I originally borrowed plus 10% interest, but then I lose control of the company because I had to withdraw the 14 million that I was putting in the pot. Not to mention, you know, the fact that, well, you and Gary have this thing going on. So yeah, it does look shady. I mean, sure, we as fans know that, well, yeah, you know, Andi was trying to help out Robin, but at the same time, it's like if, let's say, you know, I don't know, they went into like a store to Robin. I know this is a weird example, but let's say it was Gary, Robin, and Andi, Hayden, and a few. Let's just say it was a group of people, Andi included. She goes in the store and starts robbing just like everybody else, but then like halfway through, she's like, I don't want to have anything to do with this, despite the fact that she has fingerprints on everything and she's already grabbed a few things that she's wanted and she's going to bounce. And then, you know, like, let's say they get caught by the police or something and they ask Andi to help out. It's like, hey, you can help us out because this, that. And then she's like, no, I don't want to be involved. It really just makes her look bad because Andi's treating this situation with Robin and Gary at work just like she does her friendships with Fatima and Karen in regards to not betraying anyone and not running my mouth about telling someone something that they told me to keep to, you know, myself. And whenever she gets, you know, confronted by someone when they... And remember, Robin just asked a question. This wasn't like, you know, when he went off about the janitor, which is funny because I wonder what he would have done if he would have found out Paris sent her flowers. He didn't go off. He just simply asked, Andi, are you working with Gary against me? Because it does look sketchy. Keep in mind, Robin has bent over backwards doing favor after favor after favor in order to help out Andi. 4 people she knows, 3 of whom are friends. I mean, are Andi and Zach friends? I don't know if I'd go that far, but they're on good terms. So yeah, or it's like Andi and Zach are friends, and Sabrina, of course. And, you know, Maurice is a friend of a friend, Sabrina. Robin called in favors. He called in, you know, legal officials, other attorneys, judges, this, that, and the third. So basically, he was able to help get Zach and Fatima out of jail. He was able to talk to certain people in order to get bail for Sabrina Maurice. And the Sabrina situation put up 1.5 million. And he did all of this for Andi's stank ass. And she does one thing for him. Hook him up with a shady ass loan shark that will kill you if you don't pay him back. That's why I made a point to say Robin used a lot of official legal contacts, basically utilizing sources to help out Andi. You know, sources that won't resort to breaking her legs. Andi decided to pull from her pot. Yeah, you know, here's this sketchy ass loan shark who can give you the money. Is that help? I mean, yeah, but when you look at the quality of the resources that she loaned to Robin compared to the quality of the sources that he put out there for her ass, That's really low down. And my favorite part of the exchange was when Andi was leaving the office and Robin's like, Andi, you're an attorney. You shouldn't be getting all bent out of shape and sensitive when you're being questioned. Especially in this case, when I just asked you one simple question. And then Andy's like, well, yeah, you know what? I don't know what you're going to do at this point, so don't tell me because, you know, if it doesn't work or something, I don't want you to have me thinking I had anything to do with it. Now, I do agree with that point. So it's like, you know, in case you tell me something and then let's say somehow Gary gets into the mix, I don't want to, you know, be blamed. But I think that's the problem with Andi. This isn't even a situation where someone's calling her out for being a hoe. It's just the fact that, you know, this entire situation looks like you're playing both sides. So I really want to know what's going on. That's a fair question. But Andi feels, how dare you? I was doing you a favor. I was trying to help. You kind of made things worse. But then again, like I said, that's why I opened the video with, well, Robin, you're the one that opened your mouth to Gary. You ain't have to do that. But I will say this much. Saying that, you know what, from here on out, whatever you do, you have to do it by yourself. How much shit would Andi still be in right now, or her friends for that matter? How much shit would they be in if Robin said that to her? Like, you know what, Andi, I'm your boss, and I don't know these people as well as you do, or you think you do. You tell me Zach isn't the kind of guy who would, you know, do anything to break probation, but he did when he fought Hayden. Sabrina, she's not going to run. And Maurice, who's this guy? It's just, there are so many things that are wrong about Andi as a character, but that's how she is. She treats these men like disposable cameras. Once, you know, their picture quota is reached on their film, once they can't take any more photos, they're of no use to her, so she just tosses them in the trash. That's what she does with these men, whether it's sex or favors. Once she's done, she's done. And then it's like, and not to make it sound like a Karen situation, you know how I've always said, like, Karen's the kind of friend where she'll keep a tally of how many times she's done stuff for you compared to, you know, you not standing by her the one time. Well, what about when I did these 85 things for you and you can't help me this once? Robin, it's like he did all these favors for you and you only helped him once with a sketchy loan shark. You could argue, well, Jeremy, I mean, technically she repaid him back with sex and all. I mean, what kind of payment is that? Whatever. I don't know. I think it's low down for Andi to do what she did. Not to mention the whole thing where she told both Robin and Gary, well, the reason that I tipped him off, or the reason that, you know, I wanted to keep you around, Robin, was because I'm up for partner, and, you know, Gary's, you know, moving, shuffling things around could ruin that. Again, selfish as hell. And it doesn't make her look like a power player. Oh, well, yeah, she manipulated, you know, these two forces in order to get what she wants. It makes her look like a hoe. Well, Jeremy, men do it all the time. You know, look at the power moves that, you know, Gary's doing in order to get rid of Robin. Yeah, he's a punk bitch. That's what it is. You know, the fact that he can't stand, I don't want him around you. But I thought you were so confident in yourself that even with Robin around, it wouldn't make Andi come to him as opposed to being with you. It's stupid. Plus, he was having an affair for over 6 months, 6 months at the beginning of the series on his wife. Well, you know, Jasmine admits to having an affair too, but it's Jasmine, so I'm going to simp for her. But I just feel like it's really wrong how it's just like when I went back to rewatch season 2, episode 8, when Andi became a partner. I've done videos on this. When she got the office, you know, and the new job and the promotion and whatnot, I didn't feel happy for her. I remember saying this when the episode originally aired. What kind of message is that? She literally slept her way to a promotion. Obviously, she didn't sleep with her bosses, but her being in an affair she didn't sleep with her bosses at the time. Robin wasn't there yet. Basically, she was in an affair, which led to her losing everything. But then she eventually came out on top. She's not a main character or hero I would look up to. What kind of message is that? So the same could be said here, where she's playing all these people, Where you can like, well, she helped out Robin. Yeah, it turns out she helped him out only because it would benefit her. And she still hung up. Well, you were an asshole. One time where he called her out. And it turns out that he was right because of the fact that she was with the janitor. And I still do hate how it was written for Robin to talk to her the way she did, at least at that point, because if it was Robin having confirmed who sent the email and finding out that the Paris and Andi rumors were true, then him saying what he said will make sense. But for him to go off, then, you know, realize it was Hayden and then try to talk to Paris about it and then come crawling back to Andi and her just being cold to him despite all the shit Gary's put her through. It's stupid. It really is. This doesn't make Andi look good at all. It really does not. It's like, I wish some karma would come into play. Like, you know how she technically owes Madam, you know, in regards to getting her a good criminal attorney once Madam comes knocking on her door. Like, I would love something like this would happen. Like, let's say in season 6, Madam asked for, you know, a favor because, you know, I thought you would ask me for a lot, but I did call the judge to help you out with your friends. So I need you to help me out with something. I need a criminal attorney because of this situation I'm in. And let's say Andi contacts Robin to hook her up with somebody, but then Robin doesn't do shit because A, he's not able to get the money, so he lost his position in the company. Or B, that he's still there and he's like, no, I'm not doing any more favors for you, Andi, because I've done multiple favors for you, but then the one time you helped me and I asked you a question, you said, oh, you know what? I'm done. I'm not helping you anymore, so figure it out for yourself. I would laugh my ass off if Andi gets into some shit with Madam in the same way and gets strong-armed the same way that this loan shark is trying to strong-arm Robin. I feel like that would be some great karma there. That's just me. I'm not saying I want Andi to be killed off or anything, but she needs a comeuppance to the point. Well, she's had many moments of comeuppance, but it hasn't affected her. We haven't seen change in her. I want her to realize that her flaky behavior, it doesn't always pay off the way she expects it to. So you can't expect someone to be in the trenches with you when you're going through it. When you always leave people high and dry when they question your integrity. That's what I'm saying. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.